Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Let's take a start with listening module today. The test we have, this is a little unusual test. Why? Because multiple choice questions are there in first passage, first section. So usually you get multiple choice questions in second section, third section, but you don't know it can be in first section as well. So you should be prepared for that. Now, the first thing is, whenever we have multiple choice questions, the most important thing is you need to read the question statement. After the question statement, you need to go through the options and you have to see, according to the audio, which two options are wrong and which option is right. What we do, we only focus on the right option. We are looking for the right answer. Sometimes through elimination, you can find the right answer. Elimination means option C can never be the right answer. For example, now you are left with A and B. So chance of success is 50-50, right? So in multiple choice, you must eliminate the wrong options. Most of the time, this happens if they are using the same words as they have given in the option. If they are using the same words, that is the trap option. How do they modify it? They just use the word not with it, or they just use the word but that wasn't under consideration. They speak the option exactly the same, but after that they speak a sentence that denies that. So elimination is the best way in multiple choice. You must eliminate the wrong options, and as you are listening to, your pencil should move around at the end of the option. When your pencil is at the end of the option, you can easily, for example, please come to number 1. Camping trip will be held. Now camping trip will be held, put your pencil at the end of the option, because when you put your pencil at the end of the option, your eyes will look at complete sentence. And if you put it on the left side, only you will focus on first word, right? So you got to do this as well. Now, following month in multiple choice, never read article, and, the, some, these type of articles, and only focus nouns, verbs and adjectives. If multiple choice options are starting with a verb, then focus the verb. If the options are starting with a noun or adjective, then you can just focus that, and always remember they will use synonyms. They will not use the same language as written here and in the audio. They will use synonyms for that. So, question number 1, camping trip will be held. A, following month. Following month means next month. Okay, following and next. Option B, from 24 to 26. If they say 24 to 26, this is the answer. But if they say 24 to 28, then it's a trap. And C, over a 5-day period. If they mention 4 days, 6 days, or if they say, first we wanted to arrange it for 5 days, but then some of the students did not agree. Wrong option. Okay, so usually when there is the trap option, they use the same wording, but they just add not, nor, or they add a statement that denies it altogether, and that is not the answer. Now I play the audio, listen to it carefully. It's only question by question now, okay? Let's start.
Good morning, Mr. Thompson. Can I speak to you for a moment?
Of course, Jamie. Come in. Have a seat. I've just finished looking through the reports for this term. It looks like the pupils are doing very well.
Yes, I think they are. It's all going fine.
So, Jamie, what's on your mind?
Well, I've been thinking about next month's camping trip, the one for year 10.
Yes, we've got it scheduled for the 23rd to the 26th, if I'm not mistaken.
Actually, I think it's the 24th to the 27th.
Let's just check. Oh, right. Yes, you're right.
Now see, 24 to 27, that's not option B. Okay, and option C, over a 5-day period, they did not mention. So option A, following month and next month. Now listen, in the audio, a couple of points are very important. Sometimes for multiple choice option, they give you the right answer in the beginning, and then they try to detrack you to change your answer. Sometimes they detrack you in the beginning and they give you the answer at the end. So when you are listening for multiple choice, the first part of the audio and the last part of the audio, they are very important. Usually in the first part of the audio, for example, they just talk about here and there, and at the end they come to the point. And otherwise in the beginning they give you the right answer and then they beat around the bush. We use idiomatic phrase beat around the bush to talk about here and there. Now that's a good start. We go on to question number 2, please. Jimmy's complaint about last year trip was that. Now we got to see what was Jimmy's complaint about last year's trip. So option A, camp wasn't big enough. This is the size of the camp. Now listen, for wasn't big, they can use small. Wasn't big means small. They can use the word small. Okay, now if he says the size of the camp was okay, I had no problem with that, then A is not the answer. Option B, unhappy while at the camp. So if he says I was really unhappy while I was at the camp or staying at the camp, or if he says I was quite excited at the camp, then A is not the right answer. So if they speak opposite to the option, then that option is a trap. Option C, he had problems finding the camp. It's about the location of the camp, where it was located. He had problem finding the camp, and that's why that's what his complaint was. So you just need to listen carefully and see what is his complaint. Complaint means he was not there was something that he did not like. That is complaint, and other two options will be as they are. Let's take a start.
So,
Well, I've been thinking about how we might possibly make this year's event even better than last year's. Not that last year's wasn't great, but...
suggestions for improvement are always welcome, Jamie. So, what have you been thinking about?
Well, to tell the truth, I wasn't completely happy with the camp we used last year. It was rather small, and I didn't feel that the grounds were particularly well kept.
It was rather small and the grounds were not particularly well kept. So what's the option? A. It was small means wasn't big enough. A will be the answer. Is that clear? Okay, very good. Now, question number 3. Campsite is located. So they will talk about campsite and the location of the campsite. We've got 3 options. Lake District. Option B, Carlisle. Option C, beside Lake Brant. And they will talk about all 3 options. You have to be careful. The question is, campsite is located. So 3 options, and where exactly this campsite is located, that will be the answer.
Go on.
I did some searching, and I think I found the perfect spot. It's called Shepton Meadows, and...
Is that the campsite in the Lake District?
No, actually it's just outside Carlisle. It's a huge site, and it's on a lovely lake, Lake Brant, I believe it's called.
It's on a lovely lake, Lake Brant. First, Lake District, he said no. Then he said it's outside Carlisle. Outside, so not in Carlisle. Option is in Carlisle. So the right answer is C. Very good. You understand now? Good job. Question number 4. Jamie thinks the forests will be good for children who? Now it's type of children. Forests will be good for children who? Option A, used to nature. Option B, live in cities. Option C, like sports. So they will talk about type of children, and forests are good for those children. Okay, so again they will talk about all 3 options. Please listen carefully.
Half the site is forested, and the rest, the actual camping area, is grassy. For kids that rarely get to see anything more than concrete, it's ideal. And the facilities are amazing. There's a basketball court, a large pool, and a football pitch. There are well-marked trails through the forest for hiking, and the lake is there for swimming and other water sports. I believe there's even a lifeguard service.
That sounds like it might suit our purposes perfectly.
C is like sports. No. That was a trap. Okay, I'll play it again. Live in cities. And for that he used the word who see concrete. I mean, in the cities we have concrete buildings, right? So the answer came in the beginning. I play it again for you, and let's just see.
Half the site is forested and the rest, the actual camping area, is grassy. For kids that rarely get to see anything more than concrete, it's ideal.
Kids who get to see anything more than concrete. So concrete is related to the cities, right? So that is why live in cities, B will be the right answer. Let's go on. Each child will pay. And now 3 amounts. And again, I tell you what sort of traps. About one amount, they would say last year we charged this much. Okay, that is a trap, because question is each child will pay. And if they say usually it costs this much, even that will not be the answer. And when they say each child, each individual will have to pay, and then the amount, that will be the answer. So $4 a night, $5 approximately, and more than $10. For more than 10, it can be 11, 12, 13, right? For approximately 5, it can be £4.50 or around 5, anything like that. Now again, I tell you the trap can be last year they paid this, or they were demanding this much, but then they gave us the discount. So for example, if they say first they were asking for $10 or £10, and then because we run a school, they decided to give us 50% discount, so it's approximately 5. Do you understand? I mean, जैसे जैसे आपको घुमाए घूमना है उसके साथ, समझना है बात को. It's not that in the audio they say 10, you say 10 is the answer. Okay, not like that. Okay, yeah, good. Let's do it.
Did you happen to find out about availability and cost?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I did. I called them yesterday evening, and there are plenty of spots available. And because we're a non-profit organization, they said they would give me a reduction in the price.
If I remember correctly, we paid £5 a head last year.
Yes, per night, right?
Yes, each child paid £10 for the 2 nights.
Well, at this campsite, it's only £4 per night. And they told me that if we had over 50 children, which we do, they could give us a further 10% off.
That's very reasonable, isn't it?
So, no. Exactly. Well done. Well, just check करना होता है ना, कुछ और भी हो सकता है. Well done. So it's less than 4 because they said further discount and all that. So in multiple choice, they always play like this. Okay, this is part 1. We'll have. Okay, we don't have more multiple choice, but anyways, let's go on now. Questions 6 to 10. Write no more than 3 words and or a number. No more than 3 words, that means maximum 3 words, but minimum 1 word. Some students say no more than 3 words means you must write 3 words. Do palleon pa deo, huh? Not like that. You should write minimum 1, maximum 3 words. And then they've written a number. So it can be 3 words, it can be 3 words plus number, it can be only number, it can be 1 word plus number, 2 word plus number, or any combination like that. Now, question number 6. After they arrive, the children will have a dash at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock is a very good clue word, right? After they arrive, children will have a. A means countable noun. A means noun. A means singular word. Okay, now play the audio and you got to find. And 8 o'clock is the clue word. For example, they say we'll arrive at 6 o'clock, and after that 7 o'clock this, 7:30 this, but you got to keep in mind 8 o'clock. Whatever they do at 8 o'clock, that will be the answer. Okay.
Now, Jamie, have you given any thought to an itinerary by any chance?
As a matter of fact, I have. Wait 1 second. Yes, here it is. I've made a few notes. Okay, so now these are just ideas, of course.
Yes, go on. Let's hear what you've got.
Right. We time it so that we arrive at the camp around 7 on Friday evening. It'll still be light then, and we'll have plenty of time to set up camp and get ourselves settled in. At 8, we could have a barbecue, you know, hamburgers and hot dogs, something that's nice and easy to prepare.
And that children love.
Yes.
At 8 o'clock we'll have barbecue. How do you spell barbecue? B-A-R-B-E-C-U-E. That BBQ is wrong, by the way. You see, that is the short form of barbecue. So over here, if you write BBQ, that is not the word, that is abbreviation. So you should have to write full word barbecue. B-A-R-B-E-C-U-E. And if you write BBQ, your answer will be considered wrong. Okay? Let me still check it if they've given that option. What's the question number, please? Yes, they have only written B-A-R-B-E-C-U-E. So be careful, right? When they say word, BBQ is not a word. BBQ is an abbreviation of barbecue. So you should write word. Okay, now question number 7. On Saturday morning, the children will get up at. Very simple. The answer will be time, right? Children will be get up at, and then there is time. Let's see.
Then, lights out would be at 9:30, so the children will get a good night's sleep and be up bright and early at 7 on Saturday morning. Breakfast would be at 7:30, an hour's hiking from 8 till 9, and then a couple of hours at the lake. That would take us up to 11. I think that an hour of free time would then be in order. Let them have a chance to explore a bit on their own, you know?
Yes, great idea.
7. And you notice they mentioned several times, like 6:30 they'll be up, 7 days, 11 days, and all that. Now, we'll get up at. So you can write 7 as a number, or you can write 7 as a word. And you don't need to write AM, PM. Even if you write 7 AM, that's fine. But even if you don't write, just write 7 or SEVEN, your answer is perfectly fine. Clear? All right, very good. Do you understand? Yes. Everyone? Yes, sir. Huh? Tenu main dasna hai, thahar ja. Okay.
If they'll ask for date of birth, like 10th of October, so what do we have to mention there?
Okay, usually when they ask you for date of birth, they mention the year. Even if they don't mention the year, right? So if it is no more than 3 words and or a number. So if it is like 10 July, for example, 10 July 1990. Now 10 is a number, July is a word, 1990 is a number. So usually when they give you anything like that, they mention the year or they mention the month, and you have to write the number only.
So if it is one word only and they are not given the month, then you have to write 10th October both.
Listen, if it is, it would be then one word and or a number.
Yes.
Yeah, then you can write 10 is a number and June is a word. Exactly, right. Okay, I play it again for you, right? Yeah, this is like, you can give me the cable for mobile. We'll change it later, right? Yeah. Okay, I play question number 7 again.
Then, lights out would be at 9:30, so the children will get a good night's sleep and be up bright and early at 7 on Saturday morning.
At 7 on Saturday morning. So what is at 7? Yeah, answer is 7. Good. We will do it later after this section. Okay. So let's go on. Question number 8. During the talk back session, the children can. Can means the answer will start with a verb. For example, children can chat, children can talk, children can present, children can play, right? But again, it's no more than 3 words, so they can be play with friends, chat with others, anything like that. So talk back session and children can. For can, they can use the word they may, they are able to, anything like that. Okay, let's do it.
And then?
Let's see, a picnic lunch at 12, and then sports in the afternoon till 4. Another swim until 5, and then supper. After clean-up, around 6:30, we could have a talk-back session, where the children get a chance to discuss their day and anything else they might have on their minds. Then a campfire and sing-along at 8, back to the tents at 9:30, and Well, that takes care of Saturday.
Excellent. Excellent.
Discuss their day. I play it again. Discuss their day.
Good morning, Mr. Thompson. Can I speak to you for a moment?
Of course, Jamie. Come in. Have a seat. I've just finished looking through the reports for this term. It looks like the pupils are doing
I went back to the wrong one. Okay, 8.
And then?
Let's see. A picnic lunch at 12, and then sports in the afternoon till 4. Another swim until 5, and then supper. After clean-up, around 6:30, we could have a talk-back session, where the children get a chance to discuss their day and anything else they might.
Where children get a chance to discuss their day. Children get a chance to discuss their day. So discuss their day will be the answer, right? By the way, usually they don't give these type of questions where you have to write phrases. They only give you the questions where you write words only. So this question is unusual. I'm telling you, right? Okay, question number 9. On Sunday, the children will go on a day trip to visit dash. Now, whatever they are going to visit, like zoo, museum, that will be your answer, okay?
That would certainly keep them busy. What about Sunday?
Sunday, right. As on Saturday, same wake up and breakfast times, and then I thought we could go on a bit of a day trip. There are some caves about an hour's walk from the camp, which I thought the children might find interesting. We could leave at 8, which would mean we'd get to the caves at 9. They could explore for a couple of hours, and we'd head back at 11. 12 o'clock would see us back at the meadows. An hour's swim, and then lunch at 1. Then we could have organized games in the afternoon until supper at 5.
So,
It would take us an hour to clean up our sites.
So, caves, well done, exactly. The answer is caves. Okay, question number 10, please. At 6 o'clock on Sunday, the children will be on the. 6 o'clock on Sunday, children will be on the. On the means on something. It can be mode of transportation or it can be anything. Children will be on the aeroplane, on the train, or anything like that, right? Let's see. So the clue is Sunday, 6 o'clock.
It would take us an hour to clean up our sites and pack up. We'd be on the buses at 6 and all set to head back into the city.
Well now, you've certainly put a lot of thought into this, Jamie, and it's paid off. I think it sounds wonderful.
We'd be on the buses, exactly. So you will write plural word buses. How do you spell bus? B-U or base in bus? Okay. Buses. All right, thank you.